Alright, we're going to go over RSL Helper by Farbstoff. Take 2. RSL Helper is an auto clicker made for Raid Shadow Legends. First things first, to download it, you just go to Google, type in RSL Helper, and should be able to. It should be the first link. You click the first link, you go to download, you click download. It'll say this Google Drive has detected issue, just download anyway. For me, it doesn't work the first time, so I download it again. It'll pop up, and it does this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel it because I already have it. Then it'll go through an RSL updater, whatever, and it'll update, make sure you have all the files, and then you'll be able to start RSL Helper. RSL Helper is an auto clicker that helps you play Raid without playing Raid. First thing we can talk about is the number of runs. Number of runs is helpful because if you want to, say you have a mission you gotta do where you gotta run stage 5 of the Ice Golem's Peak 10 times on auto, and you need to go do something real quick, you go to Ice Golem's Peak, you go to whatever stage you want to do. I like to do stage 8 because that's the one I have the most success with. This is my free to play account, by the way. I just made it 6 days ago, 7 days ago, something like that. I get Ninja tomorrow. And I go back over to the RSL Helper and say, hey, can you run this 10 times for me? I'd like you to auto refill because I don't know if I have enough energy. It'll go through your inbox and say, check to see if you have any energy refills. If not, it'll take you from your gems, and it tells you down here how much energy you have and how many gems you have. Another thing is auto sell artifacts. Click auto sell. This is where you can say what you want and do not want to sell. So this right here will tell you, hey, I want to sell flat stats, boots, chests, and gloves. Have that checked. For spiders, amulets, you sell flat stat attack amulets because bombs are not meta and never will be. F the Dreadhorn boss. Banners, you want to keep all accuracy because you're free to play or fairly new to the game. You want to keep all accuracy main stat banners because you need them. Or you want to keep all banners with speed on them because, yeah, speed is king. Or boots with speed on it. Speed is king. The next check will be what rarity is sold. So 1 star, 2 star, so on and so forth, all. So I don't want to keep any 1 stars, any 2 stars, any 3 stars, or any 4 stars. Epic gear, 5 star, because I'm in game. I don't want to keep anything epic and below. I'll keep legendary 5-star pieces for chance at quadros, but epic, not really needed. I'd rather have triple roll legendary pieces with better stats. So sell anything rare below 6 stars, sell anything epic and below 5 stars. That's that. And then the next is for rings. You can click to say, if I get an attack ring from Spider and it doesn't have attack percent on it, sell it. If I get a defense ring from Spiders and it doesn't have attack and defense because I want to make Fellhound my campaign farmer, sell it. Something like that. If you're running dragons or campaign location 6 and you get speed gear, if it has speed substats, you can say I want to keep any 5 or 6 star gear with speed substats, or I want to keep any speed gear, speed set gear that's 5 or 6 star rare and below. This over here, the sell test, is fairly new. I'm not too sure what it is. I assume it's a way to check and see what RSL Helper will sell. I'm not too sure how it works. Maybe somebody can play around with it, explain it to me. Minimum substat rules. If the rule is active, value is smaller than the setting, it will be sold. So if I have a 5-star piece of gear and I say keep only 5 stars with high rolls on HP percent, if I get anything 5% or 4% and it doesn't meet any other criteria, it'll sell that because it's underneath what I said. And that's basically how the auto sell feature works. Click this little back button. So I got the number of runs I want. I am in the area of raid that I want, in the dungeon I want to run. I've got my team, I've got my energy. I go over to RSL Helper. I've got the number of runs, I've got the auto refill, I've got the auto sell. I can just press play and it'll begin to run raid. Another cool thing about the number of run things is, say there's an event going on, you can see how much energy you have. Say you have 2,000 energy and there's a spider tournament and you want to win spider tournament. So you run spider 20 and you say, I want to run 100 runs because at spider 20 costs 20 energy. I have 2,000 energy. I want to run 100 runs. It'll run 100 runs for you and it'll stop right at 100. Or until you run out of energy or refills. So that's a pretty cool thing. And then we'll let this play through and hopefully Kale can solo in the end after everybody else wipes. Apothecary clutch heal. Alright, cool. As you can see, I got a brew and it just like that, auto clicked. I didn't touch anything and it started again. So let's say, oh crap, I messed up, I didn't want spirit host in there, I wanted somebody else. I can click stop on the RSL Helper. I go to the RSL Helper, I can click stop and it'll stop running, but raid will keep running. It'll run to the end of this fight and the RSL Helper will not click again. Then I can change what I need to change, do what I need to do. Over here it tells you your champions that you're running. It tells you down here in the report where you're running, cost per run, what dungeon or wherever location you're running. It tells you your last reward over here. So if you look in raid, I just got a chest plate and I haven't clicked on it. I don't know what the rewards are. I can just rely on our RSL Helper to tell me, okay, it's a defense percent chest plate, offense, whatever, and it'll tell me all the stats. Then if I go over to raid, the stats match. I don't like it, I don't want it, I sell it. You go over to RSL Helper and it'll say the last item you got, you just sold it. Pretty cool. So it tells you, you can see what you sell if you have the auto sell thing on. And as you can see, if you have the auto sell thing on and you stop the RSL Helper auto clicker, it won't sell items for you. So that's a way to, like a backup, oh shit, don't sell that, I want to keep that. Next thing we're going to go over is the how to farm food. So raid, you go over to campaign location, fairly new, so I'm on brutal, I can't even beat higher stages yet, so I'll go here because I want a chance of getting more copies of spirit hosts. I got the people in there that I want to level up. I will go over to RSL Helper. I got my campaign farmer set up. You click multi-level XP, set food becomes available button. You can, see here, if you click set food, it tells me I've got 9 available 1 stars, 43 2 stars, 8 3 stars, 1 4 star. I can say I want to run I want to max out 1 1 star champion, 3 2 stars, so on and so forth. One thing to note, when RSL Helper is choosing which champions to level up next, it will choose the lowest rarity champion first. So what that means is, for 1 stars, you can only choose commons. For 2 stars, if you have some commons that are 2 stars, it'll rank up those commons before it does the uncommons. Same with 3 stars, same with 4 stars. So let's say you just got a Gorgorab or some other awesome epic Eurogrim, and you wanna level him up and you have food for him. If you want to level your grim up and not your food, you need to come over to the settings in RSL Helper and make sure you have this use vault champs not clicked. If it's not checked, it won't use your vault champs. Then you can put your food in the vault and it will level up whatever else is left. So if all your food's in the vault and you only have one epic, 1 4-star, and it's epic, it'll choose that 4-star to level up. Otherwise, it'll choose lowest rarity before highest rarity. All to max XP, it will max everyone in the current lineup. So it'll run until everyone here is max for their rank. First to max, it'll run till the first person. So on this lineup, it looks like it's between Mother Superior and Penitent who will be max first. But if I had first to max XP checked, it will run until one of these two got to max XP, and then it will stop. Let's see. And that's except for the lead, so obviously your campaign farmer. All middle scrolls is pretty cool because you can see here it tells you, it keeps track of how many scrolls per champion you have. So if you want to run Minotaurs, put in 4 champs, the usual 4 champs with full max scrolls, and then 1 champ with no max scrolls. It'll run all middle scrolls until all champions shown have 100, 600, 950 Minotaur scrolls. Run effective resources. This one's interesting. If you want to run effective resources, it'll basically run through your energy, and once you reach 0, there'll be a timer that says how long it takes for your energy to reach 8 or whatever it is. If you're in campaigns and it takes 8 energy per brutal of 12-3, it'll wait till you get 8 energy back. If you're in dungeons and it takes 16 or 20 or something like that, it'll wait until you get that amount of energy back before it does the next run. If you have run effective resources on and auto refill, it'll prioritize run effective resources, meaning that if you have energy stored up in your inbox, or if you have 4,000 or 5,000 gems saved up to refill and run all night, it won't auto refill using your energy in your inbox or your gems. It'll wait until the energy comes back over time. That's what run effective resources is. Shut down when finished, self-explanatory. Number of runs, multi-level XP, whatever you're doing, it'll shut down when finished. RSL Helper. I don't think it'll shut down your whole computer. It might. I've never tried it. Auto Forge. It's a fun one. So if I go over to Raid, and I don't have any forge materials, so I don't want to. Basically, I'll just pretend like I have forge material, right? I just got some perception bloodstones, and I want to auto forge, and I'm running. I have 102 available 5 to 6 star pieces that I can craft. I'll basically go over to RSL Helper and say, hey, I have 102 pieces I want you to forge. I click auto forge, I press play, it'll run through the forge and it'll just auto craft your gear. And if you have auto sell set, it'll auto sell the gear according to your auto sell setup. That's basically how auto forge runs, and it'll only do that tab. So if I have 5 to 6 star selected and I do 102 runs, it'll only do 5 to 6 star. If I have leftovers on here and here, I'll have to redo according to the number of available crafting material I have. Then you can click for each one of these gear sets. That's how people rack up points real quick for the CVC, which is why RSL Helper is one of the reasons why RSL Helper is awesome. Let's see, I think that's pretty much everything. One thing I noticed I forgot to mention is RSL Helper and Raid as a unit. If you want to run RSL Helper, before you run raid, you can click RSL Helper and it will run through the Polarium Play client, and whatever account is logged in at the moment, it'll start that raid account. This is useful for if you want to run RSL Helper based on a target event points. You can't do the target event points. It won't be able to sync up with the events unless you run RSL Helper before you run raid. If you start up raid first and then RSL Helper, it won't sync up the events. And you can see if your events are synced up over here in the event tracker. It tells you, if I look at raid, it says, if I look at raid, it'll say there's a summoning event, champion training, arena tournament, dragon tournament. So we go over to raid and we look. There is of course it takes forever to load. Dragon tournament, arena tournament. No tag team arena tournament available because I am not level 35 yet, which is pretty interesting. I didn't know that. And then the champion training tournament. And then if I look at events, there should be a summon rush going on. Summon rush. That's it. If there were other events, it would show the other events. Pretty cool. If I close raid, it'll automatically close RSL Helper. If I close RSL Helper, it will not automatically close raid. Let's go back over to RSL Helper, see what else. As far as the auto clicker goes, I think that's pretty much everything. FPS, pretty cool thing. We know it takes forever to level up gear and raid. RSL Helper changes your FPS, not your game speed, so you won't get banned, and it will help you level up gear way faster than regular. And don't judge me, I am definitely leveling up this common piece only for a challenge to get 30k HP with any champion. Let's see, what else is in RSL Helper? The FPS thing is auto detection, so you don't have to click anything or do anything. It auto detects when you're upgrading gear versus when you're just playing the game regularly. Down here it tells you your energy, gems, silver, and network stuff. Clan Boss Simulator. I personally have never used this. I don't know how this works. It looks very foreign to me. I use the Deadwood Jedi Clan Boss Simulator. But if this is something that interests you, download RSL Helper, check it out, and play around with it. Let me know how it goes. Tools. It's pretty cool. As you can see, I've already inputted some stats in here. So this right here is the offer for the current mini mix pack I have. 1 ancient shard, 1 XP bonus, 1 rank 4 chicken, 1 clan boss key, 30k silver, 5 brews, 1 arena refill bag, and 1 energy refill. So in RSL Helper, I input all that information as shown. I definitely changed this because I was doing a different offer, and that's not what's being shown. 30k, alright, everything else matches. So what I did was I converted the dollar price, because I do USDs. I converted the dollar price to euros, and it gave me 253. Farbstoff's price, max price you should pay for all of this stuff is 539. So as you can see, this is a very good offer according to Farbstoff. I've tried to do the dollar instead of the euro. I don't know how to get that to work. It just gives me 0 crap no matter what the bundle is. So I do that, and then I do 299. I don't know why it messes up. Maybe dollar exchange rate, maybe it's 0. Is that what I need to do? No, see, I don't know. Go back to euros, and I know it's 253, and The conversion method for converting to euros is pretty difficult. What I do is I go over to Google. I go over to Google and I just input the dollar amount to euros. You could do it with pesos. You can do it with yen. You can do it with whatever currency you use, and change it to euros, and then it'll tell you what you need to know. Input all the information in the RSL Helper, and then it'll tell you Farbstoff max price for the gear versus if it's good or bad. And then this right here, formula, is just telling you the formulas used for comparing accuracy to resistance, comparing damage, different damage stuff. So if I have 290 accuracy and 350 resistance, I have a 30% chance of landing what I need to land, or whatnot. If I have 4,000 attack and 250 crit damage, that'll be my damage, versus I have 5,000 attack and 250 crit damage, that'll be my damage. Pretty straightforward. Champion index, this tells you the champions you have, and you can filter by all this. To me, it's pretty pointless because you can just go to raid and you can look at your champion index and see what you have and what you don't have. Right, I think I'm gonna have to wrap this up. My daughter's waking up and it's her feeding time. Real quick, event tracker, we already went over that. Shard tracker, this doesn't work anymore because Polarium doesn't like people knowing how close they are to Mercy, what are their chances of getting legendaries, and how many shards they've had, how many shards they've pulled. So shard tracker is null and void. Settings, time between clicks, you can change that, make that bigger or greater, depending on how long you want between clicks for the auto clicker. Time between fight, if you want to wait a little while before each fight, you can change that. Change your FPS values, play a sound if you finish the job, and yeah, that's pretty much RSL Helper in a nutshell. If there's anything I missed, I'm sure someone will be able to let me know and educate me. I'm always open for learning. I noticed that I wasn't on the right scene, so this is what I was talking about. Time between clicks and the settings and stuff like that. And then this is a shard tracker. That's about it. Thanks for stopping through, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.